Off. We've got a bunch of ants down here. Post run, everybody. Hopefully these turn off. I'll just have to hold them out in the open like this. That's totally what it is. But everybody, what is going on? It's your boy Mons checking in with you. Just got done with a run. Did 2 miles, still training for the 7-mile trek for a trail run out in Wyoming. And that one's gonna have a 2,000 foot elevation gain. I did a first run in the mountains actually yesterday and it kicked my ass. Like the mile that I did was 12 or 13 minutes. It was not the business, but I definitely hit a lot of hills in the mountains. And if you've ran hills in the mountains, you know what I'm talking about. So that goes into my next topic of what I wanted to touch on, and what's the title of this live is that of resistance and why we should seek out resistance. What do I mean by resistance? Resistance can be pushing against a force that is opposite or equal to our own, you know? So what happens when we're at the gym and we're putting our body through physical stress and we're putting our body through physical resistance? We either, one, push that object, or two, push ourselves away from that object. Either way, there is movement that's happening. So there's a different type of, there's 3 different type of contractions in the muscle, all right? There's concentric, there's eccentric, and there's isometric. And the reason I'm bringing that up is because when we are resistance training, those aspects in itself are going to be what causes a stimulus to the muscle that then causes that muscle to break down, the joints to go through some type of stress. And over time, as we do this, there's adaptation, there is a strengthening of the joints, the muscles, the tendons in that type of situation that it goes under. Mind you, this also happens when we put ourselves in stressful situations, whether it be us going to make a cold call, us going to do some door knocking, us going out to go talk to that woman or guy that we wanted to talk to, whatever you're into, you know, and that first initial interaction, it's going to change you. But over time, if you keep doing that and building up that muscle, so to speak, and become almost bulletproof. You'll become almost bulletproof if you just keep on doing this. But mind you, it's important to also reflect on what's going on. Take some time in the space where we're going back and resting and visualizing what has occurred. There's been science and studies done that a control group that went out and did some exercising, and there's another control group that did not, not control group. There's one group that went out and did exercising, physical activity. And then there's another group that just thought about it and visualized the physical activity. And they tested the brain waves and the brain scans, and they realized that these individuals actually that were not doing the physical activity in itself, but they were actually visualizing it, fired and had the same neurons wire that were involved in doing the physical activity. So if they were thinking about playing basketball and visualizing what it's like to feel the ball, feel being on the court, feel what it's like in the shoes, jumping, you know, shooting, laying up, doing all these different type of things on the court, if they're visualizing that, those hemispheres in their brain were doing the same thing. And the reason why I share that with you is because it's important to reflect on everything that we've gone through, you know, and really basking in both the visualization is what's to occur and also what has happened, you know. So there's a certain thing that happens when we're in this thing we call flow state. It happens to artists, rappers, when we're freestyling and getting into the vibe and feeling it out. Actors, when they're really feeling on poise and feeling on point. Artists, when they're painting or they're doing their thing in whatever type of art it is. And that's what I love about doing art and expressing creativity, is that flow state. And one thing that I used to do was drawing. That was my thing, and I still will get back to it, but I've now accomplished this newfound passion in business. I don't even want to say business, because it doesn't feel like business. It just feels like becoming a better version of myself every day and just amplifying. It feels like leveling up on the quality of people that I connect with on a daily basis. The conversations, elevating the quality of conversations, elevating the quality of living, elevating the quality of food that I put in my body, the quality of the exercises and the movements that I do on a day-to-day basis. And mind you, not every day it's going to be like this. Not every day are we going to be on cloud nine. I understand that. It is necessary to go into the depths of the canyons of the shit that we got to go through. But as long as we can climb back up those canyons, man, it's much sweeter. It's much more appreciative. I don't know about you, but sometimes when I reach the destination where I thought that that last destination was the objective of what I always wanted to do and always wanted to be and aspire to achieve, when I got there, I realized that it wasn't all what it was meant to be. It was the whole journey on the way. And that end point that I thought, that I craved and really desired for, that I was staying up for day in and night out, that in itself, it wasn't what it was. And that was just a milestone. And I think life, for myself, this is my opinion, life is just a bunch of milestones. And the more emphasis that we put on something as to what we want to do every day, that is the goal. That's the end result for me, is just putting out the absolute best that I can do for the day. So when I was running my miles, I did 2 of them, by the way. When I was running my miles today, I realized that I'm going to run this as best as I can. Tomorrow isn't promised. I can peel out of this parking lot and get rear-ended or whatever, knock on wood. But I think it's easy for others to really take for granted what's in front of us, really take for granted where we are in life, and we don't think about those other people in our lives that have really set us up, whether it be our moms, our dads, our grandmas, or our grandpas, and, their forefathers and so forth, and our ancestors. We don't think about that. And I think that's something to really be grateful for. And people just go about their day in a daze without understanding that these things that they fear, they should actually go towards. These things that cause resistance, they should actually go towards. And I challenge you to go towards that thing that you fear. And then not necessarily like a dumb thing, like if you see a train coming at you and you're like, oh, I fear that, I'm gonna stand in the way of it. Obviously not that. I'm talking about things that you feel as a burning desire inside of you, but there's another side of you on your left shoulder that says, hey, you know what? Don't do that thing. And your right side's like, hey, maybe you should just try it. You don't know what it's like. Why not? Why not give it a try? And I urge you to try it. I'm sure that you're going to be as young as you are right now. You're going to be as old as you are right now. And it's no better time to act on that thought. So I just wanted to share that with y'all. Post thoughts just coming off the top of the dome. Every day I'm doing the best that I can, and I know that you're doing the same. And I appreciate everybody that's liked, share, subscribe. Remember to do this and share this message with anybody that you think would vibe with it. It's a beautiful day. I'm just gonna take it all in. And I'm reading the book right now, Seven Habits of Highly Effective People. I've always just seen the book, heard about it, looked up summaries on it, but now I'm actually going into it. And I have a lot more to catch up on. There's a lot that needs to be done today. So I'm going to check out right now, y'all. I appreciate you so much for watching and tuning in. I hope y'all have a blessed day. Peace.